Chapter 1. I looked at the announcement board in my class. Mulan, live, was written across a large poster with dates for auditions. Each year my school had a musical that the students could audition for, and this year they had my favourite movie, Mulan. I smiled and scribbled the dates down in my dark blue scheduler. Trying to be Mulan now? You don't even look like you could speak, let alone sing in front of everyone, Nia. Tessa flipped some of her hair behind her shoulder and laughed. I groaned. I had forgotten about Tessa. She had singing classes, and every day she liked to brag about how she would become the next rock star. I never did much singing outside of bath time or driving in the car with my mum, so the idea of competing with Tessa for the lead seemed impossible in my mind. Our music teacher, Mrs. Stein, walked over to us and placed her hands on our shoulders. "Are you two thinking of trying out? I'll be in charge of the play, and I'm hoping to bring in an actual dancing dragon costume." "Put Nia in there, then she won't have to worry about talking at all." Tessa laughed at her own joke, but no one else joined in. "Tessa, that's not nice to say." "No, it's okay, Mrs. Stein." I put my scheduler into my book bag. Whenever I have to speak in front of the class, I end up messing up, so I probably won't try out anyways. Mrs. Stein just gave me a soft smile she gave everyone and instructed the class to get in their seats. We spent the rest of the day learning about different instruments in the world, but I was thinking about trying out as Mulan. I imagined myself carrying a sword and fighting off enemies while singing all the amazing songs I remembered in the movie. Chapter 2. My mum picked me up from school that day. Like always, it was our special day together at the mall to go shopping for different clothes and fun hats. When I jumped into the van, I could hear Taylor Swift playing one of her older songs, 15, on the radio. My mum was humming to it and tapping her fingers on the steering wheel. I laughed a little as her taps didn't match the song's beat at all. She never cared what people thought, and as she always told me, she liked to live to her own drum beat. I wondered then if Taylor Swift had the same thoughts when she had gone onto stage and sang in front of everyone. She had started as a country singer, as my mum told me, but one day she started singing pop music, and everyone loved her more. She had a great singing voice, and I loved hearing her music about love. I wanted to fall in love one day when I got older, just like my mum and dad. But for now, school was more important. At least that's what my parents told me. Once we got to the mall, I darted toward Macy's at the end of the hall. I stopped when I heard another one of Taylor Swift's songs being played in a small music store. Looking over, I saw a huge display of her CDs, a full-size standing poster of her, and some books. "Mum, can we go in here first? I want to buy one of the books." My mum looked at me and raised her eyebrow. "A book about a singer? Wouldn't you prefer a book about puppies or princesses?" I shook my head. "Not today. I want to read more about her. Maybe it will help me in my tryouts for our school's musical." I covered my mouth. I hadn't told my mum about the musical and didn't want to tell her yet.